Good evening, everybody, and welcome to HEB Park. RGV hosting Orange County. Orange County on a 6-game unbeaten streak, and they take that one on the road. I am Bruce Silverman along with Chris Nurse. And Nursey, it is a beautiful day to play the beautiful game, and that bull is rather photogenic. The man we're going to take a look at tonight is Salazar, and he is the target man for the Toros.
Yeah, a very important player for this team. You know, we've spoken over the course of the season. What's the objective for the team, a development team? You know, players trying to break into the first team, get opportunities elsewhere. He's been a consistent performer this year, and it's going to be an important game for him to be the big man up top for the goals tonight. Averaging
a half a goal a game for the home squad, and for the visitors, that man right there, Darwin Jones.
Yeah, Darwin Jones has been on fire this season. Winning is a habit, and approaching the playoffs now, this team hasn't lost in the past 6 games. In fact, they've won all of their past 6 games. You know, it's going to be a case of him continuing his hot form, the team continuing to build confidence. They're peaking just at the right time, approaching the playoffs.
They do it at home. They do it on the road. They do it deep into stoppage time, and they do it in dramatic fashion. Check out this fast break. Orozco to Coleman. Orozco just walking, waiting for Coleman, putting it in the back of the net.
I mean, Christmas came early for them on this occasion. There's absolutely horrific defending from Tulsa. I think that horrific is actually being nice. There's just absolutely no defending taking place whatsoever. He's through clean on goal. 2 against 1. The goalkeeper's left with no chance. Easy tapping. Get themselves to 3 points.
Even the former midfielder, Chris Nurse, could have scored on that one.
With my eyes closed.
RGV OC coming up next on ESPN+.
The more we are together with nature, the more we are together, the better we'll be. There's forests and rivers, mountains and valleys. The more we are together, the better we'll be.
For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank has grown along with our customers. Together, we have helped transform South Texas, raised families, and planted roots to create opportunities that benefit not the few, but the many, to plan and build for a better tomorrow, to imagine what is possible. That is how you build strong communities and the strong bank, one generation at a time. For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's Bank.
Welcome to your hometown Whataburger. Customization is what we've always done. We have mustard, mayo, ketchup. It's all up to you.
When you customize your own burger, you can put your personality in it.
Manny's ketchup, no cheese. This is my Whataburger.
We customize orders 24 hours a day.
Everybody wants it just like they like it. When you can make it your own, that always enhances that experience for you.
They're just happy to do whatever makes you happy.
However you want it, I got you. Here at Whataburger, we make it just like you like it, whenever you like it.
Hola Bruce, bienvenido a Taquería Manu. ¿Taquería Manu? Mi nueva pasión ahora que estoy retirado. Desde que probé las carnes marinadas, mi tienda para tacos son fáciles y rapidísimos de hacer. A ver, dale, mira esto. Elige el sabor que quieras. ¡Híjole! ¡Qué rico! Provecho, Bruce. Gracias, hermano.
Carnes marinadas, mi tienda de HEB, celebrando nuestra cultura, costumbres y pasión.
Welcome back, everybody. HEB Park. It is alphabet soup. RGVFC versus OCSC here in Edinburgh. Bruce Silverman along with Chris Nurse. And Nursey, this is a game, RGV coming into it. They want the 3 points. They want to keep themselves relevant when it comes to the playoffs. And they're going to go with this 11. Corti will be in the pipes. Adams, Donovan, Samuel, Junca in the back. Bird, Martinez, Rodriguez in the middle. Enriquez, the big man Salazar, and Lemoyne up top.
Yeah, you know, we spoke briefly about the motivation of this team and, you know, the development side. So most of these players are trying to improve. They're trying to, you know, impress the coaches and potentially win themselves a contract with the MLS side. Orange County, on the other hand, this is a team striking form at the right time.
Cloutier is going with Dew in the pipes. Hume, Contour, Orozco, Amico, Duke, Van Wolfgang. We'll get to his story later on. Craistamo in the middle, and Coleman, Seaton, and Jones up top for the visitors, just about ready to get underway. This is going to be a fun one. Glad that you're here with us in the Rio Grande Valley. And there is Gabriel Giusti, and he is the man with the Barbasol this evening. Whistle will get us started, and away we go. In the white kits from top to bottom, going from left to right on your screen, it will be the visitors from Orange County, and the home team is wearing black tonight. They'll go from right to left, and right away it is going to be Connor Donovan throwing it in, and that will go out of play right in front of the RGV bench.
Yeah, we're expecting to see Orange County try to enforce some kind of dominance in today's game. You know, a team who's in the playoffs, looking to get that championship this season. On the other hand, RGV, you know, very much a developmental side, and I think the performance today, that's what we're looking to see displayed by both teams. One team is more about development, the other is all about winning this championship in less than a month's time.
Ball is played back to Donovan, over to Adams, sliding it forward for Junka. Junka, very versatile fullback, taken down from behind by Van Wolfgang. Junka play on the left or the right. He's playing on the left tonight. You look at Van Wolfgang there. We'll get to a story on Van Wolfgang later on in this game. Donovan to Adams. Adams, who has been in and out of the lineup for Echeverry, sending it forward, connecting with Rodriguez. Chewy on the wing, working his way towards the 18, and he just earned himself a corner as that goes off of Craistamo. And we've got a corner in the second minute of this game. Good ball movement by RGV on two different occasions to get vertical up the pitch.
Yeah, Orange County have to be careful. Although RGV are already eliminated from the playoffs, you know, they've not won in their past. They've only won one of their past 5 games.
Martinez serving it into the box, headed out. Chasing it down is going to be Kevin Rodriguez. Goes out of play.
At home,
throw-in coming up.
At home, this RGV team has been fairly decent over the course of the season. They've managed to get 24 points at home out of the 31 points they collected. So despite being outside of the playoffs, they do perform fairly well at home. So Orange County need to be careful this evening.
Andrew Samuels throwing it in. They'll work all the way back. Donovan sending it forward into the middle. Martinez has to go back. Adams will chase for Donovan. Has to go out wide. Samuels will work his way forward, gets his pocket picked, but the ball was able to move forward before it's cleared out all the way back. Early on, RGV controlling the tempo, Chris, and it is Orange County just trying to counter, not with any kind of a real presence, just clearing it out as a counter.
Yeah, the opening stages, RGV have had the early possession. Orange County are doing a good job, though, Jones and Seaton, of trying to shut down from the front. They're the ones instigating the pressure from the front line. They've not been able to win it so far, but it's impressive to see the intensity and the aggression that they go with when they're going to close down the ball.
Stolen away on the throw-in. Rodriguez playing catch with Martinez. Martinez loses the handle. And this is the first time that we've really seen Orange County move down the pitch, led by Seaton, picked off by RGV, and they'll set things up from the back.
Yeah, it's often a sentence that you hear where coaches will say, you know, defend from the front. The front players are the ones who set the intensity and the tempo. When they go to close down, it's the trigger for everybody else behind to step up and pressure aggressively.
Adams, long distance pass is intercepted. And that goes out of play. Throw in coming up for the visitors as we enter the 5th minute of action. Long distance throw, looking for Seton, headed away. And RGV will reverse course. Donovan for Adams. Junka ricochets off Orange County, picked up by Amico. Gets a Roscoe into the action. All the way to the other side. Hume has to send it back. This is where the numbers in terms of possession go higher for Orange County, but they're not quality minutes.
Yeah, the difference is that on the other end, Orange County were pressing very aggressively with their front three. In reverse, Rio Grande Valley are just dropping off and allowing the back line to possess the ball, which is okay because they just need to be patient. At some point in the game, somebody will get impatient, break the line, and then the space will be created. Until that point, Orange County are doing the right thing. Just keep the ball moving and be patient.
Patience paying off momentarily. Van Wolfgang will carry it into the middle. Send it all the way over to Walker Hume. Roscoe, Amico, played previously with Swope Park. Ahead for Darwin Jones. He's got some running room. Feeling pressure. Martinez sends him to the grass.
And that could be the difference. When you have Rio Grande Valley, who have dropped off and very organized, disciplined, very compact right now, having a player who can pick up the ball to feet and take people on and drive into spaces, that can be the one person who opens things up.
Seton battling for the ball, sends it into the middle, and that is going to chip, hit the post. Opportunity goes awry for the visitors, but they're back on it inside the 18 until Kyle Adams clears it out, the 22-year-old from New Zealand.
Fantastic
Amico.
little moment of individual brilliance there from Jones. A great first touch, and he's just chipped it up over the goalkeeper, just 1 inch too high. That was almost the perfect goal. They've been patient in their build-up. The one chance they did was almost killer. A big let off there for Rio Grande Valley in the early stage of this game.
Rattled the woodwork, and the rebound came out. Just a missed opportunity. But the way that they've been organized and been patient, as you've talked about, Nursey, could pay dividends. Could pay dividends right here. Van Wolfgang has to go back to Amico. And they'll rebuild it again. Orozco, Hume, Owusu. Duke sending it forward. A little heavy touch there.
You know, and right now,
on the wing, here comes Coleman into the box, headed away by Donovan. Throw-in coming up for the visitors. We get another look. Seton to Duke, and that chip just misses. Jones was looking for number 12, and he just rattled it.
and he's done exactly the right thing because he hasn't got much time. The keeper's coming in very quickly. He's just tried to chip over him.
And that is just going to miss, and you see Nico Corti was trying to come out, punch it away, and he couldn't get around his own defender.
That wasn't too far away. Oh, the long throw into the box. Seton attacks it well, just skims over the crossbar. That's the second chance Orange County have had to take the lead in a...
Adams is still down. And now back up. You would think with all that hair, it would protect him a little bit more. I don't know much from hair, so.
Shock absorber.
You would think. You would think. Corti will kick it away here on the 9th minute. We are scoreless. RGV, OC. OC putting a 6-game winning streak on the line. Usually in a season like this, you say 6-game streak, it's usually unbeaten, but this is 6 wins in a row.
And it's important the timing that these wins are coming. You know, as you're approaching the playoff stages, of course, momentum, confidence is everything going into the stages. While they may not be #1 in the standings, they are probably up there in terms of the form alongside Phoenix, in terms of teams in very, very, very hot form right now. to get a return of 18 points out of 18 points going into the playoffs. You know, they're a team that everybody has to be aware of right now.
That will change a season for just about any team.
Yeah, you know, you could be just outside the playoffs. If you go on a 6-game winning streak, you probably find yourself somewhere in the mid-playoff pack.
Well, that's kind of what, in talking to Coach Echeverry during the week, we talked about table watching, and he said, I'm not looking.
Yeah.
I'm not looking. My job is to get wins, and the wins will take care of themselves. With 4 games in the season remaining, and we'll get to that in a second, knocked away. And OC right back on it. Amico. He'll have to send it back. So Echeverry telling me during the week, 4 games remaining. There's 12 points right there. 12 points changes a lot of things if you can go and get them. And the idea is very cliche. Play 1 game at a time.
Yeah, and you know, at this stage of the season where you're talking about 4 or 5 games remaining, every league, you know, have their different intricacies. For example, the Premier League, for example, you get more prize money by the higher you finish up in the league. So there's a big difference in finishing 18th to finishing 13th in terms of the revenue that your club can bring in.
Well, but the difference in the EPL is if you finish 18, you're being relegated.
Of course.
Amico taking his time, sending it back. Now the over the top. Seaton was able to put a head on it, but it will be ushered back to Corti. He'll pick it up off the ground. He'll look to roll it out, and that's exactly what he does for Samuels. Doesn't like what he sees ahead, has to go back. Donovan Adams. Martinez got a foot on it, but it's a turnover. But into the awaiting feet of Salazar. Great ball movement until it was behind. Salazar was trying to that little give and go, but he passed behind the intended target of Rodriguez, and that ends that opportunity. That's the type of ball movement that RGV wants to have.
Yeah, nice play from Martinez there in the center plot, getting himself out of a very tight situation with a good touch. But they need to do a little bit better. You know, it's one thing playing out from the back, but they've got to turn that into goal-scoring opportunities and creating opportunities in the final third.
Great opportunity here, but Adams shuts it down. Out for Junca, he can't handle it, but Adams saving the day right there. And here's Darwin Jones on the throw, and that's something you don't see very often, is the striker not waiting for his fullback to come up.
Yeah, I think it's showing some urgency. I think Orange County need to be patient. You know, maybe they feel as the team that has a little bit higher standing right now that they need to feel like they need to go and get an early goal to stamp their authority on the game. But you know, it's a long 90 minutes. I believe it. You know, you have a 6-game winning streak. You have confidence. At some point, that opportunity is going to come. They've already had 2 in the early stages. You know, don't get too impatient.
Kevin Rodriguez lost the handle, but it's last touched by a man in white. So RGV with the throw, knocked out of play once again. That time, Cristimo. And now sent forward. There is Rodriguez controlling it into the middle. Couldn't hit the intended target, which was Salazar. Ball pinballing around. And late whistle will turn things around, but another good opportunity for RGV to assert themselves in the final third.
Yeah, you know, 12 minutes in now, they've got to make the keeper work. They're lucky, in all honesty, for the score to still be 0-0. The 2 chances that Orange County have had have been very good chances. They're still in the game, but now they need to pose some kind of attacking threat for themselves.
Ball is played out the back once again. Frederick Dew playing catch with Orozco. Dew left foot crosses midfield.
Good distribution
off the
there
chest.
from the goalkeeper.
Sending it forward, and that's intercepted. Darwin Jones was the intended target. Adams was man on the spot. Corti put a foot on it. Hume puts his head on it all the way back to Dew.
Yeah, Seaton and Jones really do a good job for Orange County in the forward line and instigating the defense and pressuring from the front line.
And that's a nifty little move to send it forward.
Van Wolfgang there getting the better of Martinez with some crafty footwork.
Sometimes that stutter step is just enough to freeze the defender and create opportunities. Corti just chipping it over the line, over everybody's head. Throw in coming up for OC just to the left of Echeverry. And there he is, wearing the sport jacket tonight. Very dapper. The former head man at Seton Hall University. You'll know how this game goes as Echeverry starts to ditch the jacket.
The temperature rises.
When the shirt tails come out, that's when you know he's all in on the game. Not that he's not all in on any game, but as the game progresses, you'll see that happen. Here's an opportunity inside the 18. Salazar was trying to get it to the right foot, and then he just ended up chipping it.
Yeah, he was just trying to get half a yard of space there to get the shot off on goal. I think one of his own players might have actually been in the floor on his way. Orange County did a good job of shutting down the space and not allowing him to get that clean strike away.
Best scoring opportunity of the night. You see Salazar trying to get around Hume, and then you're right. Teammate laying on the ground. And we remain scoreless, but that was the best opportunity for RGV so far on the evening. Game's gotten a little bit more balanced in terms of possession. Early on, RGV really extending themselves vertically, keeping the action on this side of the pitch, and then Orange County was able to kind of answer it, settle down, and move the ball forward and create their own opportunities.
Yeah, I think that the dynamic duo of Seaton and Jones in the front three for Orange County possesses a lot of problems.
And here is Junka. Flag goes up, opportunity over in the 17th minute. We will stay scoreless.
But both teams through the middle of the park are kind of cancelling each other up because they're both adopting a 4-3-3 formation. So everybody's kind of evenly matched up. But I just think right now the upper hand is with Jones and Seaton in the attacking third for Orange County.
The quality of those two gentlemen. Jones, 26 years old, out of Chicago. And Seaton, 22 years old, out of Jamaica, played previously in Israel with Nazareth. Here's Amico. Ahead for Van Wolfgang. Van Wolfgang, when he got married, changed his name.
Yeah, this is what I heard.
Kind of adopted his wife's name. Combined Van and Wolfgang. And here's Hume. Van Wolfgang, 27 years old, out of the Netherlands. Previously played in championship with Reno 1868. And Duke sending it out to Hume. Owusu back to Hume. And that's where right there, Chris, RGV can put a little bit more pressure on Hume, make it more difficult to work the ball into the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, especially if you watch the way Hume receives the ball. He's a right-footed centre-back playing on the left side, so naturally he always receives the ball on his inside. It's not a natural, comfortable place for him to receive the ball. They do a better job of closing him down, putting him under pressure. You know, he's a big guy. He doesn't move that well with agility and mobility. That's probably an area they could try to capitalize upon, but he's a very good defender at the same time, very experienced. He knows how to handle himself in that situation, but it's an area that Rio Grande Valley for sure should try to exploit a little bit.
RGV will work it outside. Samuel is able to keep it in play. Lemoyne got into the action and they'll work it back. It's just the consistency of those passes. Samuel's really had to work to keep it on the pitch. Didn't really give an opportunity for Lemoyne to get into the action. Lemoyne has been very, very quiet so far in this match.
Yeah, and the success is going to be, you know, they're not going to win an aerial battle on that left side of the field with Hume. You know, the guy is probably as tall as two of their players put together. If they can slide the balls down the side of him and get Lemoyne and get Salazar making runs in behind the centre-backs, they're going to be more successful than trying to play directly over there.
There's Cloutier, manager for OCSC. Adams and Donovan, then back out to Samuels.
I'm going to guess if Hume wasn't a soccer player, maybe NBA, goalkeeper.
At 6'5", 203. And he's got MLS experience with FC Dallas. OC is able to change course, but there's Samuels to shut it down. Donovan. Rodriguez.
I think
Adams.
You might need a ladder to beat Hume for a header, Bruce.
Come on, I'm a tall guy. Not that tall. Throwing coming up on the far side. Contour, Owusu from Ghana. Long high throw. Ball spends some time in the air before it's settled down. Whistle will stop play on the far side. Darwin Jones and Christian Duke will have a conversation.
You know, for the coaches at this stage of the season, after the team's been together training for 6, 7, 8 months, you know, their coaching tactics are a little bit different. Now it's a case of tweaking things just to get them right for the playoffs, more so than trying to impose, you know, their style or how their personality onto the team and how they want to play, because that should be very much established at this stage of the season. And now it's just a case of fine-tuning exactly what they want to achieve going into the postseason.
Whistle goes the way of OC, and they quickly will move things back into the circle forward. Seton, he's got options left and right, feeling pressure from Martinez, sends Coleman running towards the end line. Seton is hampered just for a moment.
Yeah, an intelligent play there from Coleman. He could have put the ball into the box, but he obviously looked up. He saw that Seton was on the floor and just started back with his defense just to keep possession until he got himself back to his feet, so now they can build attack again. Many times you see the ball go into that situation and the fullback doesn't really have an awareness of the situation around him and just sends the ball in even though the player's not there. So,
and then there's an opportunity for a counter on the other side.
Exactly, so good intelligent play there from Coleman.
21-year-old out of Fairfax. Amico into the middle. Martinez putting pressure on Van Wolfgang, so he has to go back to Orozco. Off the back of his head, and Amico and Van Wolfgang just on a miscommunication there. And Van Wolfgang, his back now says select.
He's been tattooed with the ball.
Rodriguez trying to find a way to serve it into the box. Left foot he does. Cleared out just in time. OC will reverse course. Ball over the top. Nobody there as Seton was held up just momentarily by Adams. Just enough to usher it back to Corti. And here's Samuels. Donovan. Adams will cut that off. Corti thought he was going to have it. Sent forward. Long distance. And just at the last minute, knocked away. Flag went up, but it was a late flag. It looked like Salazar was going to break on the ball. And we'll sort this one out.
Yeah, everyone on the field seems to be slightly confused. The coach seems to be a little bit frustrated. He thought it was a chance lost for his team there. Salazar was bearing down on goal, but I think the keeper did a good job of coming out to clean it up anyhow.
Yeah, not exactly sure why Cloutier would be upset about that. It was his keeper that came out and shut it down, and then the flag went up. Corti will pick it up, send everybody forward, survey his options. Seton will keep him company, and he'll punt it away. High kick over Salazar's head.
Interesting to see Rio Grande Valley, goalkeepers taking long goal kicks. Now it's very rare that you see goalkeepers taking very long kicks. It's almost, an unwritten rule that every team has to play out from the back, irrespective of whether they're under pressure or not. But I think you still have to display your own level of intelligence. If you're under pressure and the option's not there, you don't feel confident playing out the back, I don't think it's bad for goalkeepers to play long at all. But, in today's climate with Pep Guardiola having a massive influence on the way the game's played worldwide, you're seeing teams play out the back by any means.
When you played, did you like the ball over the top, try to counter, try to run on it, or did you like going station to station and building off the back?
I mean, early, goalkeepers, generally you try to get the ball as high up at the field and try to play in the attacker's half. I played against goalkeepers who had very long goal kicks, so they used it to advantage. But now, the way the game's evolved, as we said, the distribution of goalkeepers, number one, has improved tenfold. Goalkeepers were not so accurate with their goal kicks now. Now, they have the accuracy of defensive midfielders with the way they pass the ball. So they're able to be part of the build-up, part of the possession. And, the attack basically starts from the goalkeeper's distribution.
Martinez surveying his options. Junca. And RGV is going to have to build from the back right here. Donovan gets it from Adams out to Samuels. At the stripe, Lemoyne taken down by Contour Owusu.
Of course, when I played tackles from that day, in today you'd be arrested for and put in handcuffs. By the police, tackles now, you get yellow carded for showing too much aggression. But then it was a...
Wait, you got yellow cards. You got a whole lot of yellow cards.
The game's
Here's Salazar.
Definitely a little bit different now.
Eric Bird sends it out to Lemoyne. Corner coming up for RGV here in the 27th minute. It is the second corner of the game and the first one from the top of the dial. Not sure who's going to take this one for RGV. And it looks like it's going to be Martinez who's walking over to the corner. So Isidro Martinez, the 22-year-old out of Brownsville, Texas, went to college here in RGV, UT RGV. Outswinger coming up. White kits in the 6. And it's driven. Lemoyne. Back to Samuels. And RGV now serving it into the box, headed away, intended for Donovan.
Yeah, there's a wasted opportunity there to put the ball into the box. When the centre backs run forward 60 yards and then you deliver the ball, probably not as he would have liked, to the edge of the box.
Heavy touch by RGV, turns it over, and here comes the visitors. Running room with friends to the left and the right. Solid defense to earn it back. And RGV now in the middle, led by Bird. Yeah. Chewy Rodriguez.
See, he needs to do a better job on that occasion of keeping his team in possession of the ball. There was counter-attacking at speed, but when he turned it over, he almost took 4 of his own teammates out of the play because they were making runs forward.
Passes intended for Samuels. Samuels moving it forward. Heavy touch there. Those long distance passes are troubling for RGV because they're slightly off target and shutting down opportunities. Solid defense right there by Kevin Rodriguez to earn it back. And it's the transition in the middle that has been difficult for RGV as of late. Rodriguez for Rodriguez. Now into the middle and given up by Bird. Jones going back, getting Coleman involved. Amico will go back to do.
And it's kind of become a kind of jabbing match. Since the opening 10 minutes where there was a few chances, definitely for Orange County and maybe one for Rio Grande Valley with Salazar. I've not really seen much created in the final third for either team over the course of the past 15 minutes. Just some badly placed passes in the middle of the field. There's some scrappy play. Neither of the forwards have been able to get hold of the ball and make it stick.
Sent over the top, running on it. Van Wolfgang on the wing. Donovan in front of him. Van Wolfgang trying to find a way to serve it into the 18. He does. Coleman puts a head on it, knocked away, one-handed by Corti. Sent all the way into the middle and all the way back to Dew. Defensive breakdowns and a few other opportunities for OC, and they just can't capitalize. Falling down, Corti puts a mid on it, and the ball is played all the way back. 30 minutes in, we remain scoreless.
Yeah, maybe spoke a little bit too soon. That was a fantastic opportunity again for Orange County to take the lead. Some brilliant work on the flank by Van Wolfgang. Lovely left-footed delivery. I think the header is just a little bit tame there from Coleman. He doesn't really put any power in it, doesn't really direct it towards the corner, kind of just heads it down, and it's a fairly straightforward save for the goalkeeper to make.
Would have been an easier save had he played it in the air, but he actually played it onto the ground, made Corti really jump and stretch out with that big mitt.
Yeah, I think he wasn't under any pressure for the header. He had a good sight of it coming all the way in. He just needed to put some power behind it and direct it back where he came from, but he kind of just let it come off his head and bounce down, and it's fairly straightforward save for the goalkeeper.
Ahead, Jones working his way towards the 18. Just earned the first corner of the evening for OC. And it will be on the right side, bottom of the dial. OC with an opportunity in the it will be in the 32nd minute.
Good defending there from Juncker just to stop the delivery into the box. Be interesting to see how they deal with this out-swinging corner kick.
Van Wolfgang will swing away from Corti. Drives it outside. The head is on. Whistle would have negated a goal, but it went over the bar. And Corti will put it down on the 6 and kick it away.
I think the referee just sees him nudge the defender here, uses his hands just to get a little bit more leverage.
You always see those whistles. It's almost like in American football when there's a flag in the backfield and you know it's holding.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing on corners in that respect. Here is Chuy Rodriguez into the 18, takes the shot, goes off the body of Michael Orozco. Another corner coming up for RGV.
Good counter-attacking play there from Rio Grande Valley. Just trying to catch Orange County sleeping, but some good defending there from Orozco. I think it was probably a little bit greedy to try and take the shot from that angle. Probably should have been a little bit more patient, held the ball up and waited for somebody to support him, get a clean strike on goal, but good corner opportunity here.
The home team looking for goals and looking for wins. Isidro Martinez, right foot, high in the air, and snatched out of the air by Frederick Dew.
Yeah, never troubling the keeper in that area. Big frame, gets up early, collects the ball in the air, nobody challenging him. Needs to whip that ball either a little bit further away from the goalkeeper or a little bit more pace in at the near post.
OC will work the back, taking their time because they're not feeling pressure from the front line of RGV. Amico back to Orozco, the 23-year-old out of Orange County, California. Hometown native. Back to Dew, who started his season with Hartford Athletic. Dew with the ball at his feet. Back to Orozco. And they'll just play catch. A little bit of pressure there, Chris, by RGV.
Yeah, RGV allowing them to play sideways and backwards around the back, but every time they played backward, they were just doing a good job of taking 5 yards forward every time they played the ball backwards until they were able to get close enough to put pressure on them.
Overrunning it was Junka. Tangled up with Jones. I think we had a handball there. And we do get the whistle on it. And you see the smile on Gabriel Giusti as he called it initially on Orange County and then quickly reversed it.
Yeah, let me not jinx it, but I think the referee's done a good job of officiating the game so far. It's good when the referee can build a rapport with the players, you know, where they're not just brandishing cards left, right, and center and being authoritarian, where the players respect the way the referee's marshalling the game. And so far, you know, he's been able to do that and smile with the players and still maintain a level of respect.
Ball into the box. Salazar taking his time, almost dribbles himself out of the play, has to go back. Samuels. Martinez. Just at the elbow, he has to go back. Samuels serving it up. He was looking for Salazar. Off the mark. It's those long distance passes by RGV tonight, Chris, that really are shutting down their opportunities. Here's Orange County on the corner. Coleman at the stripe.
Yeah, we know that Salazar is a threat for them, and obviously Rodriguez out here on the left side has looked a little bit dangerous in the opening stages, but there hasn't been any kind of consistent pattern of play that's allowed them to generate any attacks. We've seen a long ball and Rodriguez chase it down and win a corner, or, you know, we've seen glimpses of Salazar getting the ball to feet and trying to get a shot off, but over the course of the opening 35 minutes, it's been very much Orange County dominance. It's probably a case of 3 very good chances that they've not taken that still allows Rio Grande Valley to be in this game so far.
Playing catch in the middle of the pitch. Criostamo got it started. Now Amico and Orozco. Now Hume. Owusu sending it forward. He gets it back. Hume taking his time. And with the space that RGV is giving Orange County right now, I'm surprised that they're not moving it vertical and just playing catch in the back.
Yeah, I mean, once that you can see right now, RGV have got 11 players behind the ball, so it's difficult to find space when there's so many numbers behind it and they're so tight and compact.
Long distance, Van Wolfgang working his way towards the 18. Amico on the wing, timed perfectly and sent out of play. Quick throw. Right back to Van Wolfgang.
The key to creating that space is that they need to move the ball side to side, but they need to do it just a little bit quicker so that they can disorganize Rio Grande Valley and open up spaces where they can play in between them.
Criostamo sending it forward. Here's Seaton. No space, has to go out wide. 2 strong passes in a row, well controlled by Orange County. Amico trying to get around Junca. Might have been 1 touch too heavy.
Yeah, that same patience that they had in the defensive third, they just needed to display that in the attacking third a little bit. The ball got into the attacking third, just trying to be a little bit too rushed to create the opportunity. Probably just needed to keep that ball moving until the opportunity presented itself to play that through ball or to get a shot off on target.
Amico working his way from one end of the pitch to the other. And now in the 38th minute, it will be Nico Corti, the man from Stanford, sending it long distance. That was a strong right foot.
Yeah, I think the longer the score stays 0-0, Rio Grande Valley will just start to build confidence from that. You know, they're playing against a team who's picked up 18 points out of 18 in their past 6 games. Rio Grande Valley, on the other hand, have only picked up 3 points out of 18 in their, no, 3 points out of 15 in their past 5 games. So there's a complete difference in the form of these 2 teams. The longer they can stay in the game, the more they can grow, the more confidence they can build and feel that they can get a result out of this game.
24 of their 31 points on the season have come here at HEB. Owusu. And now OC will try to move it forward once again. Owusu. And that was a pass that was almost picked off by Limon. But a play into the box, and there is Seaton. Left foot, back of the net. 39th minute, and it is 1-0 visitors.
The referee looks like he's gone to consult his linesman or sideline official about something to see possibly if it was a handball or if he's going to allow the goal. Or offside, maybe. Definitely looks like he's ruled out the goal.
So the goal comes off of the board. Echeverry still with the suit on tonight.
Fantastic play again from Van Wolfgang over on that left-hand side flank. Perfect delivery. Seaton Jr. could not ask for anything better. I think his first touch, maybe it might have hit his hand. Is he offside? Very, very, very tight, but that's a great ball from Van Wolfgang.
Just gets over the head of Adams. Flag went up. Now we're all the way on the other side of the pitch. Throw-in coming up for the visitors.
I think Van Wolfgang will be a little bit frustrated at half-time with some of his teammates. He's put two fantastic deliveries into the box. One straight onto the head of Coleman that he should have finished. And that one straight onto the feet of Seaton Jr. Could have had 2 assists on the night already going into half-time.
Day started out 95 degrees. We're now 94 degrees here in the Rio Grande Valley.
It's a cool evening then.
The wind coming out of the southeast, 12 miles per hour. Seems a little bit heavier than that. That will pretty much be the wind that we'll have throughout the rest of the evening. 41st minute, this game has gone very, very quickly. If things go the way they are right now, I don't anticipate we're going to have any stoppage time at all.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Orange County will be having one eye on who they may face in the playoffs. So obviously, you know, the higher up they finish, the lower team they're going to face in the early stages of the playoffs. And of course, they want to continue that winning momentum. At no stage now, between now and the playoffs, do they want to go conceding goals. If I was a coach, I wouldn't even be resting players, because building that individual momentum and that individual confidence is just a case of consistent performance. You don't really want a week off. You don't want to rest. You want to keep it going. So, you know, I think it's very important, a team going into the playoffs, that they continue to have that winning mentality and winning habits more so than anything. If you start to change your habits because, okay, you feel you're ready in the playoffs, or you start to rest players, you know, it's not really good actions that's going to lead to consistent high-level performance. I think they just need to go exactly in the direction they're going with, the personnel they're going with, the mentality that they have.
Van Wolfgang in swinger, high in the air. Ball was sent in a different direction. Ball stays in play. No, it doesn't. Jones, late whistle. Jones thought he kept it in play. Quick change the other way. It goes out of play. So here in the 43rd minute, we're going to have a throw-in for the visitors.
Not the best decision there from Corti. Just 3 minutes till half-time. You know, keep possession for your team. He's tried to take a quick goal kick and completely kicked out of play, and giving Orange County the chance to mount an attack right before half-time.
Hume, Owusu, sent forward, dummy pass. But Donovan is there to pick it up before Van Wolfgang can gather it up. Misplay on that far touchline. All the way across the pitch, Orozco into the middle. Coleman got his pocket picked. Here's Salazar, back heel, trying to give it back. And the pressure is on. And that is well defended by OC. Offense directed by the defense. And here's Jones trying to find some space. Solid defense by Rodriguez. Gives the ball back to RGV.
Yeah, you see they did a great job there of setting the press and winning the ball back. Jones intercepting, winning the ball, but they just didn't do anything with it once they won it. Coleman giving the ball away needlessly there in the attacking third. You know, if they're going to apply that pressure and use the energy to win the ball high up, they've got to turn that possession into a goal-scoring opportunity.
Samuels will take his time as we enter the 45th minute of action here at HEB. Each team has had basically one opportunity to score. Ball over the bar for RGV and a ball off the bar for OC.
Yeah, we've had the goal that was called back for offside. We've had Jones's little chip over the keeper that hit the crossbar. We've had Coleman's tame header that should have been a lot better. There's 3 good chances that Orange County have had to find themselves 3-0 in the lead. On the other hand, we had Salazar had a shot. We had a couple of half chances from Rodriguez.
Throw in come up. Samuels will do the honors. Taking his time with it. And he might hold it until the 45th. Referee looking at his watch.
I don't think there'll be much stoppage time. We haven't really had any injuries.
That's going to do it for the first half. I called it. We didn't have any stoppage at all. There was no reason for additional time. So after 45 minutes of action here in Texas, we are scoreless between OCSC and RGV FC.
I think it was a very friendly first half that lacked any kind of killer instinct.
We'll see what happens when they come out of the dressing room. Don't go away. We got a lot more for you here on ESPN+. 0-0 after 45.
The more we are together with nature, the more we are together, the better we'll be. There's forests and rivers, mountains and valleys. The more we are together, the better we'll be.
For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank has grown along with our customers. Together, we have helped transform South Texas, raised families, and planted roots to create opportunities that benefit not the few, but the many. To plan and build for a better tomorrow, to imagine what is possible. That is how you build strong communities and the strong bank, one generation at a time. For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's Bank.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
At DHR Health, we have one goal: advancing the health of the Rio Grande Valley. We're deeply committed to our community and its health. DHR Health, here for you for life.
Shop online at birdogden.com. Pick out your vehicle and click Buy Now. Work your own deal and submit your trade. It's that easy. Shop now at birdogden.com. Daligas.
Welcome back. It's halftime. 0-0 after 45 minutes of action between OC and the home team, Rio Grande Valley. Time for us to take a look at the upcoming USL Championship schedule. And tomorrow, Timbers 2 hosting Austin Bold. A guy that you know very well in the pipes there is Mr. Diego.
Yeah, some big games coming up. Some big games coming up over the course of the next week.
And then on Wednesday, you've got El Paso hosting Fresno, Sacramento hosting another team from California, Los Dos. Upcoming schedule for the Toros. Last 3 games of the season, not easy. They're at New Mexico, then they're in Oklahoma City, and then they finish up here at home. Portland Timbers 2. We take a look at Orange County's remaining schedule. And they've got 4. They're at home against Oklahoma City. On the road, Real and Sacramento, and then they finish up with a derby in Fresno. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have a lot more. Do not go away. RGV, OCSC on ESPN+.
Let's go with the left foot, Jamal Johnson. What a goal! Perfectly placed.
And to splice this New York defense with a curling effort. That's incredible! What a goal by Knight! Johnson, though, going to hurry things up. Tenorio giving a blast! Goal!
Clever will take a shot. He fires it home for a classic.
Cicerone to the back post. Sliding it down! What a start for St. Louis! Tyler Blackwood.
Wharton and Espria in it as well. Williamson strikes and puts it in, a 4th for T2 on a beautiful strike.
Asante saved by Cochran.
And a save by Morton.
Through and a diving stop.
Punched away by Laurel. Follow, kick save Laurel. And this. It's a hammer. Oh, that's an important intervention by Logan Ketterer.
On, Klaus fires, and back of the net, Paul Klaus. Find one here, ball swept in. Headed on, up and in, and just like that, Toronto answers.
Ball played forward up the side, Moon trying to drop it back. Tries the left-footed shot and finds the back of the net. Nick Moon in stoppage time in the first half, breaking the deadlock.
Rayo now. Rodriguez going for that top corner. What a save by Silvestre. The midfield for Richmond. Calls for Wheeler Amanu and a shot saved by Fitzgerald. Still around the box for Chattanooga. The shot by Caparelli's pushed aside by Herrera. Austin Amer.
Some great action in Championship and League One. RGV, Orange County, second half is coming up. But before we get to the second half, Alan Koch is back. Had a great season a year ago with Cincinnati, dismissed with Cincinnati in MLS. He becomes the new coach with the Switchbacks. 8 teams, 10 points separated, 4th from 14th in the West. 5 spots still up for grabs in the East. And we showed you the preview Wednesday night, El Paso and Fresno on ESPN3. In the West, Phoenix just above everyone, 71 points through 30 games. Fresno in second. Reno is in third, and Orange County with this 6-game win streak has really brought themselves up the table now. In fourth by a point, Sacramento, Real, Austin, New Mexico, LA, and El Paso. And the scoreboard from around the league tonight, Reno at home 0-0, 20 minutes in with Real Monarch. And later on, Tacoma at home, Tulsa is there. Sacramento is going to battle El Paso. New Mexico playing host to that great rising team. Los Dos and OKC will do battle. And then tomorrow, Portland and Austin. Do not go away. Chris is going to be here when we come back. I'm going to be here when we get back. We've got 45 minutes of action for you. Questions remain. Can Orange County stay on their 6-game win streak? Can RGV get a win and keep their playoffs hopes alive? Can anyone score in this game? All of those questions and more coming up on the other side of the break here on ESPN+.
The more we are together with nature, the more we are together, the better we'll be. There's forests and rivers, mountains and valleys. The more we are together, the better we'll be.
For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank has grown along with our customers. Together, we have helped transform South Texas, raised families, and planted roots to create opportunities that benefit not the few, but the many, to plan and build for a better tomorrow, to imagine what is possible. That is how you build strong communities and a strong bank, one generation at a time. For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Welcome to your hometown Whataburger. Customization is what we've always done. We have mustard, mayo, ketchup. It's all up to you.
When you customize your own burger, you can put your personality in it.
Manny's ketchup, no cheese. This is my Whataburger.
We customize orders 24 hours a day.
Everybody wants it just like they like it. When you can make it your own, that always enhances that experience for you.
They're just happy to do whatever makes you happy.
However you want it, I got you. Here at Whataburger, we make it just like you like it, whenever you like it.
Hola Bruce, bienvenido a Taquería Manu. ¿Taquería Manu? Mi nueva pasión ahora que estoy retirado. Desde que probé las carnes marinadas, mi tienda para tacos son fáciles y rapidísimos de hacer. A ver, dale, mira esto. Elige el sabor que quieras. ¡Híjole, qué rico! Provecho, Bruce. Gracias, hermano.
Carnes Marinadas, mi tienda de H-E-B, celebrando nuestra cultura, costumbres y pasión.
Welcome back. RGV playing host to Orange County tonight. Scoreless after 45 minutes of action. I'm Bruce Silverman along with Chris Nurse. And Nursey, we had some chances in the first half. We just didn't see anything tickle the twine.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who gets the upper hand in the early stages of the second half. Orange County had some good chances in that first half.
Like this one right here, ball up the top. Seaton will stay with it, battling around. Double team, sending it into the middle. Duke giving it to Jones. Rattles the iron.
Yeah, he does the right thing. Keeper comes out low, tries to chip it over him, but just a little too high. 1 inch lower, and that's in the back of the net, and Orange County finds themselves in the lead.
Long throw, almost like a corner. Seaton puts his head on it, just goes over.
Yeah, just unable to nod this one down. If he's able to get over the ball a little bit more, that one goes into the back of the net. But under pressure from the defender and the outcoming keeper, over the crossbar, let off Rio Grande Valley.
Here's Salazar trying to work it to that right foot. He brought his pitching wedge. He really needed the 3-wood.
Yeah, just trying to get himself half a yard of space there, but nowhere near testing the goalkeeper.
Header right there for Coleman. He put it into the ground, but Cordy was able to dive to his right and put that mid on it and punch it away.
Yeah, Coleman just needed to put some power into the header, direct it back where it came from.
Ball into the box. Seaton right there, but flag up. Opportunity off the board.
Called back for offside, I believe, but a brilliant delivery there from Van Wolfgang, who's been very lively in the opening half, creating some good chances for his team.
Referee in the AR talked about it, determined that it was offside. We take a look at the stats after 45. Possession belonged to Orange County, 60-40. Shots on target, 1-0. Total shots, 4-2. The only stat that ever matters is the one up top. No goals on either side. No cards have been handed out. You made the point in the first half that Gabriel Giusti has really called a very nice game. Let the players play.
Yep.
That has kept everything really in check. One of the reasons why we didn't have any stoppage time whatsoever.
Yeah, as I said, I think it's been a very friendly first half with a lack of killer instinct. And I think that's what we're going to see in the second half. There's been opportunities, but there's no one having that rueful streak in them to put the ball into the back of the net on either team. So going into this second half, that's an area for improvement.
Well, there are scorers on this team, Nursey. You got Salazar with 10 goals on the season. You got Darwin Jones with 11 goals on this season. They've had their opportunities. Both of them wear number 17. Pretty easy to find them on the pitch. They're in the middle, and they want the ball.
And this Orange County defense, they don't give up a lot of goals, this Orange County team. So Salazar's chances are going to be very few and far between. The ones that he does get, he needs to be clinical with in order to get himself on the score sheet. On the other hand, Jones and Seaton have looked very, very dangerous going forward. They look like they're able to get on the end of balls or deliveries from Van Wolfgang. They also look like they have the individual ability to create goal-scoring opportunities for themselves, given the ball in 1v1 situations. So
Salazar needs more service from Chuy Rodriguez and Eric Bird. Bird nearly invisible in the game. Lemoyne on the right with Kevin Rodriguez, who has been switching with Bird throughout the evening. But we really haven't seen the service for Salazar, so Salazar has been quiet. But that front line of Jones, Coleman, and Seaton have been very, very active, interchanging with opportunities around the box. They just haven't been able to keep it within the frame.
Yeah, and the energies come from them instigating the attack. When Rio Grande Valley have tried to play out from the back, Jones and Seaton have been the first ones to apply the pressure, winning the ball high up the field, allowing them to regain possession, but they just haven't turned it into goals as yet. On the other hand, Rio Grande Valley have been a little bit more passive in how they've closed down Orange County out of the back, and that's led to Salazar having less chances. Rodriguez has had a few looks in behind, making runs of his speed. You know, his agility, he's able to take people in 1v1 situations, but there's not been any good, consistent build-up play to Salazar's feet.
Maybe they just need to get Mr. Toro on the pitch.
Hey, they need a ball. They need a ball out there somewhere.
So we're going to start up here in a moment. We'll switch sides. In white from head to toe, that is Orange County. Black head to toe, it is the home team. RGV normally wears orange, but tonight they're in black. So we've got the black and the white.
You know, and I think we have to pay some attention to the motivation for these Rio Grande Valley players. You know, how do they motivate themselves and get themselves built up for every game? Maybe we give some credit to the coach. You know, being outside of the playoffs and, you know, not really having anything left to compete for. You know, how do they find that desire, that passion inside to continue going out there and performing and competing against these teams who are in the playoffs?
I asked Echeverry, how would you grade yourself as a coach this season? He said, in terms of development, I would give myself a B, B+. He wants to move players up to the Dynamo. That's his job, is to get them ready for MLS. In terms of results, he gave himself a C. He said games have gotten away from us, and in terms of the substitutes and preparing, that's the thing that he needs to get things a little bit tighter for this squad. In the locker room, what was his message?
I mean, the first thing to take from that is that he understands that he has time on his side. Because, you know, at this stage, we all know the game. The game is a results-based business. So
Salazar was chasing Dew on that one. Dew was able to clear it out just in time. Here's Seaton, heavy touch, and it's knocked away. Controlled by OC.
You know, no one signs a coach to...
Player down for RGV. Play continues. Van Wolfgang. Good ball movement. Shot goes off Donovan's back. Player still down for RGV, and now we've got the time. I believe that is Isidro Martinez, and he's going to have to be attended to.
Yeah, just going back to the points that the coach makes, you know, he understands his role at the club, the vision of the club, and it is time, because not many owners sign a coach and use those kind of key performance indicators. It's a results-based business. They want wins, they want bums on seats, they want entertaining style, they want players then to go to the next level. It's hard to develop players to go to the next level if your team's not winning and being confident and competitive. One thing that this Rio Grande Valley team have been in this game so far, they've been competitive, but you know, there's one thing about being competitive and losing, and another thing about being competitive and going on the extra yard to get the winning result. And I think in terms of developing players, being able to get the winning result and have a winning mentality and understand what it takes to win and being in a winning environment is also very, very, very key to the development of players.
The Brownsville, Texas native is limping off the pitch. Looks like he'll be able to continue. That's good news for RGV because he has been the guy that is in charge of corner kicks. We haven't had any set pieces in this game.
Yeah, he's taken the corners on both sides, but in swinging and out swinging. He's been very integral in the build-up play from the back. So he's going to be somebody who they need, especially in the early stages, second half, to continue the foundations of what they tried to achieve in the first half.
Adams sends it back. Orozco, right foot, going downtown, headed away. Martinez is back on the pitch, and he just got knocked down once again. Referee's back was turned on that. Hume sending it forward. Van Wolfgang feeling pressure, pulling up the brakes. Criostamo. Owusu. And that pass, moving it forward onto Jones, outside the box. Centers, knocked away by Donovan. Corner coming up here in the 49th minute.
Good defending there from Donovan, just to be in a good position to read where he believed that ball was coming in and be able to clear it away. But nice play from Owusu Ansah there, finding the feet of Coleman, building the attack there for Orange County.
Awaiting this one, Corti. It's going to be an in-swinger. There is a short option. Van Wolfgang lifts it. Punched out by Corti. And we'll go to the other side, and a throw-in coming up for the visitors. For a second there, I thought the ball boy was going to take the throw-in. But it will be officially done by Joe Amico. Amico played for Swope Park Rangers, the Indy native. Strong throw backwards. Cleared out, but not with a lot of pace on it. So here comes OC once again. Here's Coleman into the box. See the way that's ruled. Okay. Hit the bar before it hit Corti's hands, so Corti will kick it away here in the 50th.
Yeah, it wasn't that far from creeping in, albeit on Coleman's left foot. I don't think he actually meant for that delivery to go anywhere near the goal. He's actually probably a very bad cross at the end of it, but had the goalkeeper very worried there. Just comes off the corner of the crossbar and the upright and away.
Off the inside of his foot. He wanted it to curl. It did not curl at all.
Yeah, he didn't connect with that ball quite as he liked, but his mistake almost ended up being a nice finish.
Corti, the California native, played his college ball at Stanford. Strong right foot. Ball gets settled down. Looked like there was a handball there. Play continues. Samuels, Martinez, and he gets tangled up with Seaton. Tempers fly on that one. Martinez has been knocked around a few times here in the second half, and you see tempers flaring just a little bit. And Martinez at 5'7", Seaton at 6 foot. Martinez is giving up 23 pounds.
That's the first kind of fiery altercation there's been so far in this game.
And maybe that's exactly what RGV needs right now, is a little fire in the belly.
Yeah, and sometimes that can be instigated from a tackle more so than words. You know, that we've not really seen anyone really put in any kind of strong tackle so far in this game. It's been played fairly nicely, but interesting to see what turns out from that matchup.
Giusti was there to settle everything down. Ball sent forward into the box. And he kicks this one away with that left foot over the top. Too much pace for Seaton. So Corti will have an opportunity to kick this one away.
Yeah, again, not the kind of build-up play that I imagine they work on in training. The goalkeeper just lumping the ball forward like that, but
also the wind in his back a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, off the back of it, something can happen, but I'm sure they work on more build-in play rather than
In American football, they call that out-kicking the coverage.
Both keepers open for long distribution so far in this game.
That one's kept low and right on target. Bird, Lemoyne, Rodriguez, Salazar back to Rodriguez.
Whoa.
Taken down in the box, but no. Play continues. Here's Bird, and a whistle stops play there. A card being handed out to Lemoyne, and the game has started to get chippy.
I would not have been surprised if the referee had called that one back for a PK, in all honesty.
We get another look.
He chops it. He chops the defender. He chops the defender very well. I don't think the defender really catches him. He throws himself to the ground. I think the referee makes the right decision. Probably should have come back and booked him for play acting. He's beaten the defender. He probably could have actually gone round him and got a shot off on target with his left foot, but he's chosen to go to the ground to try and con the referee into the penalty instead of carrying on the play and trying to create a goal-scoring opportunity.
Yellow card comes in the 53rd minute. Nico Lemoyne. First card handed out on the evening, so if you're looking for that trivia question at home, there you go. Another card is handed out.
Things just getting a little bit more heated in the opening stages of this second half.
Yellow card issued to Orange County number 7, Jerry Van Wolfgang.
Jerry Van Wolfgang goes into the book in the 54th minute. So one card for each squad. And now things start to get interesting, Chris, because as the game gets a little bit chippier and remains 0-0, the little pushing, the shoving, the more physicality starts to come into it, and it becomes just as physical as it is mental.
Yeah, and then it'll come down to that individual moment. Wow, that's probably 3 yellow cards in 3 minutes.
All right, that one goes to the Overland Park native Christian Duke in the 55th minute. First half, I didn't even have to take out my pen. Second half,
I'm not sure that is a yellow card, to be fair. He's gone to ground, but I'm not sure that's a booking.
Sometimes the book gets filled up just to keep the game in check.
I think the referee's just got a little bit carried away in that 3 minutes there. He's gave out 3 cards in 3 minutes.
You know, I can think of some games that you played in where the cards came out fast and furious. I know that you never got
unjustified.
Always. You never earned a card, did you?
No, the referee is always trigger happy.
All right, here we go. OC trying to break out. Long distance pass. Adams. And there you see Mr. Toro trying to earn himself some minutes for Echeverry.
He's saying to the coach, hey, put me on.
Here's Owusu out wide to Jones. Samuels came over to say hello. Lemoyne picks it off. RGV on the counter, but they overrun the play. Bird gives it up to Duke. Van Wolfgang has to go back. Caristimo. Owusu sending it in.
It's a good ball there from Owusu to find Coleman, but Coleman has to find it. He has to keep the ball in possession first and find a teammate. It's a fantastic ball forward. He just needs to secure it and drop it off to another teammate.
Hume puts it out of play. Lemoyne will hold on to it. Hand off to Samuels. He's right in front of the visitors' bench. Samuels will go back. Donovan. Adams. Junka. Switching sides and off the mark, but coming up on it is Samuels. Bird.
Some careless play there from Salazar. It's good possession of the ball, just not taking care of the pass.
Might have been a little bit more selfless.
Yes.
The opportunities haven't been there. Salazar really hasn't had many touches on the evening. Lemoyne out for Bird. He centers right into the awaiting hands of Frederick Dew.
So he's trying to kickstart some urgency into his team. You can see he got the ball there. He runs to the edge of the box looking for an option, and there's no one really opening up, demanding the ball from him. Everybody's a little bit pedestrian right now. They need to put either some fresh legs, or the coach needs to wake some of these players up and get them back into this game.
Working that back line. And then out wide.
Wayward pass.
The captain, Orozco, called off Dew. Sends it forward, intercepted by Martinez.
And there we see that careless passing again. Like, somebody's got to make one of these teams pay off the back of the way they're giving away possession needlessly.
Lemoyne dribbling out of trouble. Samuels, Bird. Switching sides.
And it could be either team, because both teams have given away the ball needlessly over the past 5 minutes.
Martinez runs on it. Orozco in front of him. Now Amico joins. Splits the defenders, trying to get it to Bird. Intercepted, coming the other way. Nice little give and go.
It's 3v3 if they can keep this attack going. But there we talk about the careless giveaways again, and that's a clear example of that.
Duke, there just wasn't enough on that pass, and here comes RGV. And what's interesting, Nursey, about this game is as it continues and we get closer to the hour mark, the pace is picking up.
Yeah, the pace is picking up. I think fresh leg is going to have a massive impact in this game. Whichever coach is able to make the changes and freshen things up and give them that little bit of energy, because it's very open right now. Both teams are literally going end to end. It's going to be difficult to maintain that energy, but the opportunities are there because there's a lot of space out on the field to be exposed.
Those errant passes are troublesome, as you said, for both teams right now, as the careless play is just allowing for a lot of possession in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because both teams, they're working so hard to win it back, only to give it away so carelessly.
And there's another example of it, making Adams chase.
Yeah, just not taking care on that final pass to ensure. There's another example, as we discussed the previous example. So, you know, it's not great possession from either team right now in terms of build-up play.
Coleman sending Jones ahead in the box. Donovan just gave Jones a corner. Jerry Van Wolfgang has been taking these throughout the evening.
And his delivery has been of a high level so far in the openings. 1 hour, 60 minutes, 1 hour of this game.
Jones is inside the 6. Coleman is a short option. Van Wolfgang can serve it up in swinger style as we are now in the 61st. Drives it, headed out. Bicycle kick. High in the air, nowhere near the target. Seaton, give him style points.
Yeah, it looked.
But not much substance.
Looked good, but it wasn't great.
Coleman is coming out.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by this change out of the three forwards, Seaton, Jones, Coleman. Coleman's been the one who's struggled to keep the team in possession a little bit. He hasn't really posed that attacking threat. That a few times Usl has given the ball into him, he hasn't really secured it for the team, and I think that's an area that they can definitely strengthen for the last 30 minutes of this game.
Ramos Godoy in for him. That's in the 62nd minute.
An offensive change for Orange County. They know they've come here to get 3 points this evening. They've not come here just to, you know, leave a point, which can be sometimes, you know, coaches are content getting a point away from home, but
that change has not been made yet, but we see Ramos Godoy right there.
And of course, all of these players are competing for a starting place, a place in the starting lineup come the playoffs. You know, everybody wants to play in the playoffs, of course.
In the box, served up. Corner coming up. Good thing Coleman was on the pitch for that one.
Yep. Yeah, of course. Every player wants to play in the playoffs. The big games coming up, these are the ones that you want to be involved in as a player. And every minute now that they play is putting themselves in the coach's mind. 3 games from now, are they going to be on the starting lineup?
Officially in the 63rd, Remus Godoy for Kevin Coleman. So the 23-year-old out of UC Irvine. You know what the mascot is for UC Irvine? The Anteaters.
Wow, the Anteaters. The mascot is an anteater?
Yes.
What does an anteater look like?
It is a little rodent with a very long snout to suck up ants. You never, there was a cartoon with an anteater. I think it was Mr. Magoo. Outswinger coming up, giving Chris Nurse cartoon lessons. Van Wolfgang sends it into the awaiting hands of Corti. I'll have to look that up for you. After the game, I'll show that to you. I'm dating myself by telling you about that cartoon. All the way back to Do, and without further ado, he rolls it out. You know I've been waiting for that one all night long.
You're on fire right now. Keep it rolling.
Hey, the pace is picking up on the pitch. It's picking up in the booth. OC building from the back. We've seen this movie before. They've shown patience. Orozco, Amico. As we're just about to enter the 65th minute of action, we remain scoreless.
It looks like Orange County have adapted slightly. It looks like Godoy looks like he's going to be operating more so on the left flank, seating through the middle, and Jones on the right side.
Jones gets his pocket picked by Martinez. Bird covers it up, sends it the other way, and there's one of those errant passes intended for Kevin Rodriguez that brings Orange County into the final third. Van Wolfgang, well defended, fancy feet work. He's able to get it all the way through.
Nice play again from Wolfgang, getting the better of Junker in that situation.
Served in by Duke, headed out by Donovan, and we'll have a corner. So Van Wolfgang will jog over and take this one once again. And as you said earlier, the service has really been fantastic by Jerry.
Yeah, he just needs to go a little bit further away from Corti. Corti's very strong coming and collecting those balls in the air. We saw earlier in the first half, Seaton was pretty good at attacking these balls.
Low, headed out, gathered up, Remus Godoy. Then sent back, headed high in the air, and that's punched over the bar at the very last second by Corti.
Yeah, the forward probably had more time there. Didn't just need to head it back across. He probably had time to take a touch and find a teammate with this ball. Just try. Orozco just tried to head it back into the danger area, but just over the crossbar. Corti was taking no chances.
You can see it from another angle, and
thought Orozco could have took that one down on his chest and laid it back into the box.
Flag was up, so Corti will kick it away. Sends everyone forward. Chips it to the side, but past the stripe. Whistle stops play as Lemoyne goes down.
And if I'm Lemoyne, I'm looking at my goalkeeper and looking at Hume behind me and asking the goalkeeper if he's crazy. If there's one side of the pitch you're going to direct a long ball, please don't put it on the side where Hume is. You've got no chance of winning it.
Giusti has really done a nice job of keeping this game in check. He did have that 3-minute stretch where Lemoyne got a card at 53, Van Wolfgang at 54, and Duke at 55. Game settled down since then.
Yeah, it's just, both teams are kind of just trying to see how they can get themselves into this game. Orange County have been the first ones to go to their bench and bring on Godoy, and in exchange for Coleman. Not really seen too much of Godoy since he's come on, but you know, he's very capable of influencing in the attacking third. Be interesting to see what changes Rio Grande Valley make to try and get themselves a little bit more energy going forward, going into these last 23 minutes.
Hume, right foot, looking for Van Wolfgang. He's got him. Van Wolfgang trying to get around Donovan. Center's knocked away. He picks it back up, flicks it into the box. Adams puts a head on it high in the air.
Great footwork out there from Van Wolfgang. Great footwork and delivery at the end of it. You know, often we see players with the tricks and the footwork, and then they don't get delivery at the end of it.
Duke into the box. Adams puts a head on it. That will hang on and be a corner.
Corner kick. He's heading out to take this one. Van Wolfgang again with that outswinger.
And we've got a new player coming on for RGV, and the jacket is off Echeverry, so you know things have gotten more serious. Carlos Small coming in, and Small is not all that small. It's 6'0" and 187. High in the air, headed out by Hume. Ball spending a lot of time in the air. RGV having a hard time clearing it out. Punch back in the direction of Corti, out of play in the 69th minute, and that will bring Small in. Small in, Salazar out.
Yeah, not his most active evening tonight, Salazar.
Yeah, he has been quiet.
We mentioned this
on the evening.
We mentioned this Orange County defense. You know, they don't give up many goals. They don't give up many chances in it. They've been able to keep Salazar fairly quiet over the course of the game so far. Still 20 minutes left to play. It's going to be interesting to see if Small can come in and offer something different.
The 24-year-old out of Panama.
Small is definitely not the description that I would use for him.
He is very much a bull in a china shop, which I guess is apropos when you play for the Toros. And we are in the 70th minute, and we are scoreless. Reminds me of last game out for Orange County, scoreless in stoppage time, and an absolutely, we looked at it in the pregame, absolute breakaway defensive breakdown by Tulsa, and it was Orozco to Coleman.
Defensive breakdown, I don't think that can be used to describe it. There was no defense on that occasion. You know, I can't envision the conversation that the coach had the following morning when he's breaking down the video of the team. You know, defenders pride yourself on defending, and they literally just left.
Rodriguez blasting his way into the 18, back of the net. 71st minute, RGV has broken this game. And you talk about a defensive breakdown. Kevin Rodriguez, the 23-year-old out of Pasadena, Texas, 4th round pick in the Super Draft, gets the goal, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, and we were just speaking about awful defending from Tulsa last week that allowed Orange County to get the victory, but that's equally bad defending. If you watch this play, no defenders are in good positions. No one's putting in a tackle. They literally all just allow him to run past from almost the halfway line and toe poke the ball past the goalkeeper. It's awful defending, but brilliant play from Rodriguez. Takes advantage of it and finishes it off. 1-0 Rio Grande Valley.
That one had candles on it. Rodriguez turned 23 3 days ago.
You know, it's pretty poor defending when you look at all the defenders are caught so flat-footed, bad body position. None of them are able to turn and keep up with Rodriguez because none of them are in the right frame mind or in the right position to deal with it, and he punishes them.
Substitution came just a minute before Carlos Small came in for Salazar. It's Kevin Rodriguez who picked up the ball, put his head down, and just blasted his way through. Jones puts that one
and we spoke
off
about
a defender in a corner coming up.
We spoke about Rio Grande Valley and their ability to pick up points at home, and they've shown that resilience over the course of 71 minutes. They probably haven't been the best side of the course of 71 minutes, but they've shown the resilience. They've not conceded, And going into the last 20 minutes of the game, they've got themselves on the score sheet.
That ball by Van Wolfgang served right into the chest of Small. Back out to Van Wolfgang. Hume puts his head on it. Somehow, some way, nobody touches it. Cordy came down hard, and he's going to have to be attended to. Probably just needs to catch his breath more than anything else here in the 73rd. That is the case.
Yeah, definitely some unorthodox waving there from Cordy when he came out to clear that board. Probably just landed badly and winded himself, but he'd be glad to see that one go out of play for a goal kick rather than into the back of his net.
Yeah, we see this. The ball goes past Jones, and then Corty comes down. I think Corty was expecting to touch the ball, and when he didn't, he fell awkwardly. He'll kick it away. We've got another substitution coming up for Orange County. We'll get into that in a moment. Corty doesn't cross the line on that one, but it is headed back in the direction of due.
And you can see now visibly how the momentum and the confidence has changed.
Adams makes Corty chase
in favor of Rio Grande Valley, and this will be a big blow to the gut for Orange County if the result remains like this. The last thing you want to do going into the playoffs, you're on a 6-game streak. You want to continue that streak. You want that momentum. You want that confidence. You're going to give up points going into the playoff stages to a developmental team whose goals are very different from yours as a championship team.
Jones trying to get around Adams. Adams sends it out of play. Another corner coming up. Van Wolfgang will go over to the corner. And serve it up. Jones once again, lone man in a white kit inside the 6. Headed out, but just momentarily RGV is going to have to really work to clear it. And it will go all the way down the pitch. Owusu. He'll serve it into the 18. Corty comes, punches it out, collides with Seaton. Rodriguez picks it back up, sends it forward. Here's Rodriguez. Chewy on the wing. Lays off for Small. Rodriguez back to Small. Back to Bird. Martinez. That was great counter by RGV.
Yeah, and Rio Grande Valley doing a good job now of understanding how to manage the game.
Sent forward, running on is Lemoyne, and the flag goes up, opportunity over. 15 minutes to play.
They understand that Orange County now have to be expansive. They have to be the one chasing the game and throwing bodies forward. Rio Grande Valley, if they can control the ball, control the tempo of the game, there's still going to be more opportunities for them to increase their lead, because Orange County have to throw bodies forward now to try and get the equalizer and potentially go on to try and get a winner.
So Van Wolfgang's night is over. That will change things in terms of the set pieces. Coming in, Damaseo.
Yeah, two of Orange County's best goal scoring opportunities have come off the foot of Van Wolfgang. Deliveries into the box for both Seaton and for Jones, and Coleman added to that, but it's the end of Van Wolfgang's night tonight.
Here comes Small. Flirting with the 18, and he sent it wide. He's going to want that one back.
Yeah, and again, we're talking about defending. He's in an area where he can get a shot from goal, and the defenders are dropping off him and not closing him down and pressuring him. You know, if he has better quality in that moment, could be 2-0.
So Tomaseno will take us the rest of the way. Looked like there was a handball. Seaton wanted it on Adams. Adams back to Corty.
Yeah, it's a very gray area now, handball, because you know in the 18-yard box there's no such thing.
Another opportunity, Orange County punched away by Corty.
Yeah, in the 18-yard box, of course, now there's no such thing as an accidental handball. If it hits your hand and you're defending, it's a penalty kick. But it's another grey area where outside the box or in the run of play, sometimes the referees don't give it if it's accidental. You know, it's the implementation of the new rules that nobody really, you know, has a clear understanding of as yet.
Remus Godoy now will do the honors in the corner. Outswinger, lifts it, headed on by Orozco, but it goes over the bar. And it remains 1-0 Toros as we now are in the 78th minute.
Yeah, and Quarter will be in no rush to get this ball into play. It's going to be interesting to see if Rio Grande Valley are able to manage this game and maintain their advantage position and finish with 3 points. This is the test for them now. You know, they've competed, they've stayed competitive. Now can they go on and have that killer instinct, that steel to go and get the win?
Coach Echeverry talked about the maturity of his team throughout the season. This is kind of gut check moment in terms of maturity. This is where late in the season you've got that 1-goal lead. It's late in the game.
Yep.
You need to bolster down defensively and keep Orange County on their heels.
Of course, and it's coming up to the end of the season, and everybody wants to finish the season on a high. Even if you're not going to make the playoffs, if you finish the season winning your last 3 or 4 games, at least you have something to build upon, because it's a long time, the off-season, without playing any games, without getting the opportunity to get momentum and wins. At least if you finish off the season on a high, you know, you have something positive to build upon.
Well, also for anyone wearing a black kit tonight, the idea is to garner attention with the big club.
Of course. It's always very difficult. But, you know, as the coach has continually said, it's a development team. He has to train his mind, you know, to continue to focus on development, because if he loses sight of that and starts to get himself beaten with the results or, you know, the performance, it's not going to be very positive to his own mind frame. So, you know, he reminds himself the objective of the organization and his role in the team.
Chewy trying to dance out of trouble. Playing catch with Rodriguez. Back to Adams. Donovan. Samuels. Lifts it high. Lemoyne trying to play the jump. But great ball movement between Owusu and Hume.
Yeah, Hume isn't the side of the park where you play the aerial game. Hume is the side where you've got to try and get down the side of him. On the opposite side of the field, by all means, you know, you can try that with Orozco and Amico, but it's not really advisable.
Lemoyne down again. Lemoyne sitting on a card, and he's also been knocked to the grass a few times.
By Usuranza there, and you know, in the early stages of the second half, the referee would have brandished a yellow card for that for sure. You know,
well, and he did, because we saw cards at 53, 54, and 55.
You know, that challenge there was probably worse than some of the challenges that we saw in the early stages of the second half, and he's chose to keep his cards in his pocket. So, you know, I think that's probably a case of the referee trying to calm things down and exercise his authority. And now he's using probably a little bit more common sense in terms of the stage of the game.
Jones ushers it out. Here comes Orange County. And one of those errant passes almost stopped the opportunity. Ooh. Lemoyne, he is dazed.
Good tracking back there from Lemoyne, but that was definitely a hard blow to the head there.
And you saw, first of all,
he lost his footing.
Yeah, first of all, very short distance and taking it in the face. That's number one. And then you see him try to kind of get his footing and falling backwards, and you see 19 against 19 in Lemoyne. It says select on his forehead.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the last we see of him for this evening.
Yeah, we only have had one substitution so far for RGV. And so the 19-year-old out of Livermore, California, who's come through the Houston Academy, and we'll see exactly if his night is over, as they will have to take him through the protocol.
Yeah, the league and athletic trainers now are a lot more cautious and thorough in their approach to concussion and head injuries than in the past. You know, if that athletic trainer suspects that he's under any kind of concussion, that'll be the last action we see of him for the evening.
Owusu with the long throw, works all the way back to him, serves it up. And it goes over the bar. 83rd minute, 1-0 RGV. Okay. Kristamoto is out. Hashimoto in. Last substitution. And that is in the 83rd. Cordy will kick it away. Hashimoto out of Japan, 32 years old. Quite a lot of football in his legs, and you see juniors coming in. Opportunity right there, and flag goes the other way. Substitution now.
Obregon Jr. entering the game, number 14.
Number 40.
Exiting the game, Lemoyne.
And we knew that was coming. Time running out on Orange County's 7-game win streak. Say that, but they scored at the death last time out.
No, they were given.
Tulsa.
They were given a goal. They were given a goal at the death by Tulsa.
Ushered out there.
Tulsa most certainly on their Christmas mailing list this year.
One of your former teammates, and you look at Lemoyne, and he does look a little out of sorts sitting next to Michael Salazar. One of your former teammates playing for Tulsa.
Yep, I'll be
Manny
sure
Gonzalez.
Sure to catch up with him after seeing the highlights of.
Not sure if Manny was on the pitch for that one.
I'm not sure any of the defense were either.
You keep going back to that. Ball sent forward, looking for Junior, doesn't get there. Osawusu sending it out. Hashimoto puts a head on it. Over the top, Small pulls out, Can he serve it in? Into the middle, back of the net. He just came into the game and he makes it 2-0. How about that?
Brilliant run from Small in behind, stretching the game again. Bad defending, sorry to say, again, but that's the nail in the coffin for Orange County. 2-0. They can be happy with their work this evening. The big man, Small, rounds the keeper, so composed, unselfish, lays it back. Obregon Jr. makes no mistake of finding the back of the net.
Tremendous patience by Small to draw out and just work it towards the end line, serve it up, 2-0.
And for
RGV.
And for Orange County, a team in the playoffs going into the postseason, a lot of questions have been posed to them tonight, and they're going to have some worries and some things to work on this week because defensively they've not looked great. They've been exposed on a good few occasions. You know, you can see the holes, you can see the weaknesses of where they can be exploited, and questions will now be asked of them defensively. They've given up 2 goals. They're going to lose this game to a team who's not going to be active in the playoffs.
Ball sent forward. Can they cut it in half? Well defended. Cleared out by Martinez. Whistle inside the circle. Player down for RGV. It is the goal scorer, the first goal scorer, Kevin Rodriguez. Left foot into the box, running on it was Hume. Cleared out by Donovan. Opportunity, look at that, Martinez
I don't think that was a foul. I think Martinez won the ball there. Martinez, fiery character. That's the second time I've seen him into back and forth.
Martinez his back was turned, and you saw.
I think Orange County just need to calm down there. If they just showed this passion and intensity in the opening 70, 85 minutes of this game, they wouldn't find themselves 2-0 down with just 3 minutes remaining. It's no point getting hot-headed now that you find yourself 2-0 down. If you had this kind of passion and intensity, you wouldn't have been in this situation in the first place.
Martinez was walking away from the play. Domasenio came after him. Looks like Martinez is going to go into the book. It'll be interesting to see if Domasenio goes into the book as well for running after him. But it does not appear so. So in the 88th minute, Martinez is booked.
Yellow card issued to the Toros. Number 30, Usl Martinez.
And we get another look at it. So there's the foul.
He steals the ball. The Orange County player actually kicks out him on the floor and then runs up to him pushing. There's only one player who should be booked there. It should be the Orange County player. Martinez is actually defending himself.
Hashimoto will take this one. So Hashimoto with a 4-man wall, now a 5-man wall in black, single man in white. Hashimoto has the opportunity to bend it around the wall, go over the wall, or serve it in, and he's going right at it over the top. That's a tough angle and not a lot of real estate to work with if you want to go over the wall and dip it into the back of the net. And that ball just kept rising.
Yeah, the technique has to be pretty spectacular to get it over the wall and then under the crossbar from that distance. Just a little bit too close. It wasn't the worst hit free kick, but Rio Grande Valley very happy to see it go over the crossbar. Now with just 30 seconds to go to at the end of regulation time of 90 minutes. I think they'll be celebrating this evening.
Corti. And that's going to go out of play.
Godoy has not really had any impact on the game since he's come on. You know, I think overall it would be quite disappointing for Orange County when they review this over the remainder of the weekend.
Godoy right on the edge of the 18, right into the awaiting hands of Corti. And as the clock strikes 90, we give you 4 minutes of added time for your viewing pleasure.
The fourth official will signal 4 minutes of extra time.
Corti will kick this one away. And now out of play.
You have to give Rio Grande Valley credit. Being out of the playoffs it's hard to motivate yourself and get yourself up for games, and they've come out today and played. Not just competed, they come out today and played it and got a result against a team in a hot streak of form. You know, it's not easy to win 6 games back to back, you know. So you have to give Orange County credit as well. It's a very good result that Rio Grande Valley have achieved there this evening.
Seaton pulls up Donovan. And we've got another substitution here, this time for RGV, last one of the evening. So Jesus Enriquez is coming in for the first goal scorer of the evening. Kevin Rodriguez. So Enriquez comes in the 92nd minute. No, it will be Jackson. I apologize on that. Enriquez was in the game. Jackson for Rodriguez in the 92nd. Adams sending it forward. Headed out. Opportunities right there, and the whistle will turn it around. And that is going to be a red for the captain, Orozco. And he didn't even turn around. He was heading straight to the showers.
Yeah, he didn't even question it, didn't turn around. He knew the referee was coming and brandishing the red card.
Player still down. We get to take a look. Chris, I'll let you break this one down. You never had a red card.
Clearly, he just waves his elbow. The funny thing is he's grabbing his shin, but Orozco is getting sent off for waving his elbow towards his face. Either way, it's definitely a red card. Completely uncalled for. It's not something you do, raise your elbow to a player's face. Referees left with no choice but to send him off. Disappointing. I said, you know, the coach, when he reviews this film now, he reviews the mentality and how the players have performed going into the closing stage of this game. Questions will be now asked of them going into the playoffs. The next game that they play after this one is going to be a big one to see how they react.
Well, they got 4 after this one. Here comes RGV again. Shot off the bar. Jackson into the middle. Almost a brace for Carlos Small. I don't think anybody in the building thought that it was going to hit the bar.
I think it should be 3-0. It's hit the bar. The second shot's come back. Poor goalkeeping. It's gone actually underneath him. His defenders bailed him out on the line. Rio Grande Valley should be 3-0 ahead right now, deservedly.
6-game win streak.
Over, well and truly over. They've been poor today, Orange County, sorry to say.
Obregon thought that he had earned the corner. And we've got a few seconds left in this one. Headed up high. Ball goes out of play. That will do it. 2-0. Home team comes out of the dressing room. Echeverry only loses the jacket tonight, keeps the shirt tails intact, gets the win after 90+4. The goals came at the 71st minute by Kevin Rodriguez on a breakaway all by himself. Obregon Jr. came in at 84, scores at 85, and we've got some jawing between Rodriguez and Seaton. Time for us to take a break. Do not go away. We've got a lot more on the other side. Rio Grande Valley earns themselves a win, 2-0 over the streaking Orange County squad. Don't go away here on ESPN+.
The more we are together with nature, the more we are together, the better we'll be. There's forests and rivers, mountains and valleys. The more we are together, the better we'll be.
For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank has grown along with our customers. Together, we have helped transform South Texas, raised families, and planted roots to create opportunities that benefit not the few, but the many, to plan and build for a better tomorrow, to imagine what is possible. That is how you build strong communities and a strong bank, one generation at a time. For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Welcome to your hometown Whataburger. Customization is what we've always done. We have mustard, mayo, ketchup. It's all up to you.
When you customize your own burger, you can put your personality in it.
Manny's ketchup, no cheese. This is my Whataburger.
We customize orders 24 hours a day.
Everybody wants it just like they like it. When you can make it your own, that always enhances that experience for you.
They're just happy to do whatever makes you happy.
However you want it, I got you. Here at Whataburger, we make it just like you like it, whenever you like it.
Welcome back to HEB Park. The team that calls HEB home, the Toros of Rio Grande Valley, with a well-deserved 2-0 win over the visitors from Orange County. I'm Bruce Silverman, along with Chris Nurse. Congratulations to Coach Echeverry on a very good night for his Toros squad. Time for us to take a look at the highlights. And early on, Chris, it was Orange County knocking on the door.
Yeah, there we see that fantastic delivery from Wolfgang with his left foot onto the head of Coleman. Instead of putting some power in it, he just nods it down. Very straightforward save for the keeper. That was Orange County opportunity to put themselves into the lead.
Coleman working baseline. Corti knocks it away. Serving it into the box. The header, and it goes over.
Yeah, these were the best chances that Orange County had in the second half, and they both just lacked a little composure and quality.
And here's the breakaway. Kevin Rodriguez, back of the net. That one coming in the 71st.
Terrible defending there. Just allowed Rodriguez to run in. Nobody puts a challenge on him. Bad body positioning. Just skips past them. Almost unchallenged and toe pokes it past the goalkeeper into the corner.
Past Amico, Orozco, and Hume. And he celebrates 3 days after his 23rd birthday. Here's Carlos Small. Patience draws out Dew. Feeds it back in. He came in a minute before. Came in at the 84th. Scores at the 85th. Obregon.
Yeah, and we have to give the coach credit for that. Sometimes we only credit the goal scorer, but the coach making the change at the right time and the substitute coming up clutch, getting that second goal and sealing the win for Rio Grande Valley.
And then there's Orozco with the red card. And he knew it the second he pulled the forearm.
Yeah, it's poor leadership there from Orozco.
Straight to the showers. Jackson, opportunity there by Small to pick up a brace. It's cleared off the back line by Owusu. And now time for us to take a look at the stats. You got the red card against Orozco, the captain. 2 yellows on each side, offside 2-1. Possession slightly came back to the Toros. It was 60 at the break, now 59. Shots on target went in favor of the Toros. They put 2 in the back of the net. And then the shots, big advantage for OC. But as I say, the only stat that ever matters is the one up top, and 2-0 is your final, Nursey.
Yeah, and there's no stat that measures heart, passion, and resilience. And I think on this occasion, Rio Grande Valley outclassed Orange County in all of those areas, and that's why the stat that matters 2-0 on goals is the one that matters at the end of the game, the one we see that Rio Grande Valley go ahead with the lead this evening.
Rodriguez got the party started in the 71st minute, and it was just RGV all day, all night for the last 19-plus minutes. Thanks so much for being with us here at HEB Park as Rio Grande Valley gets the 2-0 win. For everyone associated with this great broadcast from USL Championship, for Chris Nurse, I'm Bruce Silverman. Thanks for being with us. Good night, everybody. 2-0 Toros over
This
Orange
copyrighted
County.
Telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.